Chiefs outside linebacker Andy Studebaker joins us under the helmet presented by Sprint. And Andy, earlier this week, Todd Haley called the first half of 2011 adventurous. And there's been highs, there's been lows. When you guys have been up, you've been really up. And we've been down, you've been really down. How's that from a player perspective, going through all that in the first 8 games of this year?
Yeah, I mean, that's football. I mean, you never know, what's going to happen. At the beginning of July, if you would have said, hey, we're going to start off 0-3 and then we're going to win 4 games in a row, I don't think anybody would have said, hey, that sounds about right. But that's the way it goes. There's ups, there's downs. There's times when you're frustrated. There's times when you're just on the mountain, and it feels good, and that's the game of football.
Well, effectively, you guys have hit the reset button from that 0-3 start last week against the Dolphins. It wasn't what you wanted, obviously, but you've set yourself up in position for the second half. You're tied atop the AFC West with 3 teams. You got Denver 1 game behind you. It's wide open in anybody's battle.
With 4 teams, we kind of called it a 4-horse race right now. There's 8 games left. We're taking it one at a time. But right now, there's 4 horses in the race, and we're all in the pack. That's where you want to be. You want to be in the pack, and you want to keep playing consistently. Give yourself a chance to win over the next 8 weeks. 1 week at a time, give yourself a chance to win and hopefully end up ahead of the pack.
Now, for fans, it's a little more fun when you're all tied up like that, especially with division opponents, and the games get bigger against Oakland. They get bigger against San Diego, who's out in the past now. And then, of course, this weekend, Denver for the first time. You guys see them, and they're right in it. Do you guys kind of get pumped up a little more when that division's tied, or are you like, well, we'd rather just cruise and go 16-0?
Well, I mean, obviously you want to go 16-0, no doubt about it, but that's just not what happens. And with a big division opponent coming into Arrowhead on Sunday, with the division as close as it is, obviously that's something that's on our mind. We're not thinking about January yet. We're thinking about Sunday afternoon with the Broncos. And so, while there's some intensity there because it's a close race, the way we're seeing it as a division opponent coming into our place, it's our first chance to play them this year. We need to play well, and we need to give ourselves a chance to win. And that stuff, the numbers and all of that will take care of itself as long as we play the way that we can play.
Well, let's talk about this division opponent. Kind of a throwback in a way to the college game. You're going to see a lot of read zone options, something you don't see much in the NFL. Tim Tebow's kind of started to run that Florida offense in Denver. It worked really well against Oakland last week. What kind of challenges does a zone offense present for an NFL team?
You don't see it a lot, obviously, but it takes a lot of discipline. Every single play, you have to be disciplined. You have to know what your read is, who you're keying off of. Everybody on the defense has to know the play call, where they're supposed to be, how they're going to fit the run, where they're supposed to be on the pass. Because let's not forget, he's an NFL quarterback. He can pass too. So, there's a lot of things to look into and say, as long as we communicate, as long as we have 11 guys knowing what they're doing, as long as we play as hard as we can from the snap of the ball until the whistle, we're going to give ourselves a good chance to win.
Andy, you're one of the guys who has to be the most disciplined. This guy's on the edge. Tim's going to sit there with that football, and he's going to be reading you. He's been reading the defensive ends, and I'm sure the linebacker instinct in you says, go get ball, go crush the quarterback. But you do that, all of a sudden that ball comes out, he hits the outside, and then we saw it in Oakland, and he's out the door.
This is the type of team where you have to trust that your teammates are doing what they're supposed to do. And when you know and you have confidence in your teammates, it allows you to not worry about trying to be too aggressive and just do your job every single play. And if ever, like I said, I sound like a broken record, but as long as we have people doing that and we have guys confident in what their teammates are doing, and we're gonna be giving ourselves a good chance.
You've had several memorable turnovers you've been able to get, most recently getting in that pile somehow late, coming up with the football on Monday night on the fumbled snap. Have you been able to go back and look at that film at all?
Yeah, a little bit, not a ton. But,
so Brandon,
I haven't analyzed it too
Brandon
much.
Carr's the funny guy in this, because he sees you have the football. The officials are still on that pile, and he's kind of running back and forth. Andy's got the ball, then looking in the pile and running back and forth. Did you catch that on film?
We did. As a defense, Coach Purnell, he went through that play, and we kind of had a laugh about Brandon there for a little bit because he was trying to get the guys' attention. He's pointing at us and saying, hey, we've got the thing, will you just listen to me? But, the refs were all focused on something else, and he was right. We had it.
It seems everyone is saying they have the best unlimited plan. Here's the truth. AT&T and Verizon give you unlimited text and talk, but charge you extra for going over 2 gigabytes of data. T-Mobile claims they're unlimited, but use your phone a lot, and they slow down your data speed. With Sprint, you don't get charged extra, you don't slow down, and you get unlimited data, text, and calling to any mobile for only $79.99. The best unlimited plan wins.